The Black Cat, Archaeologist Murdered, Chapter 13. Do Not Disturb. The corridor outside cabin 22 was still empty. Everything was silent. Salahuddin went into the cabin and picked up the box carefully. Then he carried it across the corridor to his own cabin. He went back across the corridor once more. In every cabin, there was a notice with the words, "Do not disturb," written on it in large letters. Salahuddin took this notice and hung it on the door of cabin 22. "The steward will see this on the door," thought Salahuddin to himself. "He'll think that Peterson is sick. No one will go into cabin 22 until Venice." He locked the door of cabin 22 and put the key on its hook in the steward's room. Then Salahuddin went back to his own cabin. The food was still on the table, but he was not hungry. He threw it out of the window. Salahuddin looked at his watch. He was surprised. It was only 9:15. A lot had happened in a short time. After a few minutes, there was a knock at the door. It was the steward. "I hope that you enjoy your dinner, sir," he said to Salahuddin. "Thank you," replied Salahuddin. "I'm enjoying it very much." "Mr. Peterson put the 'Do not disturb' notice on his door," said the steward. "Perhaps he's sick. I'll not disturb him until Venice." "Yes," said Salahuddin. "I met half an hour ago. He said he felt sick. He'll not want anything until tomorrow." "When do you want breakfast, sir?" asked the steward. "I feel tired," replied Salahuddin. "Don't wake me in the morning. When I want breakfast, I'll call you." "Good night, then," said the steward. Salahuddin said good night and locked his door. He had not slept on a bed for many hours, and he was very tired. He undressed and got into bed. At first, the movement of the boat kept him awake, but he was soon asleep and slept deeply all night. When Salahuddin woke up the next morning, the bright sun was shining into his cabin. He looked at his watch. It was nearly 11 o'clock. He rang the bell for the steward. "When do we arrive in Venice?" asked Salahuddin. "Very early today," replied the steward. "We'll be there in 2 hours, but you don't need to get off the boat immediately. You can have lunch first." "No, thank you," said Salahuddin. "I want to get off the boat as soon as possible. What about Mr. Peterson? Is he better?" "He still has the notice on his door," replied the steward. "I'll not disturb him until after lunch." "That's a good idea," said Salahuddin. "Now, can you bring me some coffee, please?" Salahuddin drank his coffee slowly and got dressed. He heard a lot of noise. The ship was arriving at Venice. Salahuddin looked out into the corridor. It was empty. The steward had gone to the dining room. Salahuddin picked up the heavy box and left the cabin. From the side of the boat, Salahuddin saw the tall buildings of Venice. They were passing in front of St. Mark's Cathedral. They were now near the docks. After half an hour, the boat was beside the dock. Salahuddin left the Syria while the other passengers were having lunch. "What's in that box?" asked a policeman. "Some books," replied Salahuddin. He did not want any trouble. The policeman did not ask Salahuddin to open the box. In a few minutes, Salahuddin was in a water taxi on his way to the railway station. "Safe at last," thought Salahuddin. "One open cabin 22, they'll find it empty. They'll be very surprised.